Welcome to the Texas Truck Channel. I'm Craig, and we've got a special one today. A lot of y'all have been asking for this. The all-new Sequoia, but a particular one. Brian, which one's that?
Oh baby, the TRD Pro, the one that I would certainly try to get if I was going for Sequoia today. It just is the best combination, which is why it says Pro in the name. Let's talk about the most important part right away is approach angle. This thing has 23 degrees of approach angle, and that's because the bumper doesn't have a goofy, not EPA rated, but miles per gallon requiring front air dam. It's just not there, and it still gets the same kind of mileage you would expect from this. So I don't think there's any real loss there. On top of that, you get fog lights down below, and then you get the big TRD, the TRD Pros get the big Toyota logos up here, and this has the big TRD light bar, which I like a lot. Lighting package in this is incredible, so if you are wheeling to the campsite and it gets dark, you're covered on this thing. You do have a real skid plate way back there, but in order for that to be meaningful, you would have to chop part of the bumper off to make that the first point of contact. I do kind of wish there was a more metallic option down here to protect this. I don't think this is going to last on a lot of off-road impacts, but that's just a personal opinion. All that out of the way, ground clearance is 9.1 inches. Kind of not enough for something with a Pro in the badge name, personal opinion, but we'll see how it fares today because it has all the other goodies that go with it, including a 33-inch Falcon Wild Peak AT3W, which we've used several times before. It's not a mud terrain, it is a genuine all-terrain, which means it's not doing the paddle thing on the highway at speeds. It's quiet, but it has good grippy siping and big tread blocks on the side. These are 285s. It's a 33-inch tall tire, and it's on an 18-inch BBS forged aluminum wheel, which is just the business. I love that thing. More importantly, Craig, we have digital camo fender flares.
Oh, yeah.
Which means not only does it get off-road, it looks good while doing it. So down with that.
Gotta look good.
Coming down the line, you've got some unnecessarily big tow mirrors. We've ranted about that. See our other episodes about that. These are really in the way of off-roading. You also get a real metal step side. I like that a lot. It's not a rock rail, but it is going to protect the door bottoms more than you would think. Pretty pleased with that. We do not have a breakover angle. That is not published by Toyota. Someone's got it on the internet, but we don't have it here. On departure, it's 20 degrees of departure angle. Same wheel and tire in the back, but you do have Fox shocks on all four corners. Come in here so you can see a shot of that, Craig. Let's see. We got an image of it right there. And out back, you have a live rear axle. No independent rear here, which means this thing will articulate more than its competition. Also, because of that, it has a lot of clearance under the bottom, save for the spare tire that's in the way of it. That's a little bit frustrating, but if you're really serious about this, you might relocate that somewhere else.
But there's no control arms to drag.
Exactly.
Or as easy to drag.
As easy to drag. So it's got the hardware to do it, and look, underneath all this, this is a 300 series Land Cruiser. Just has a giant body wrapped around it that's kind of low. I'm nervous about that. Let's talk about the hill itself. 23 degrees of approach angle is really impressive, but the hill has changed over time. Like Craig says, much like a river, it shifts.
Look how much dig happened here.
We now need more than 20 degrees to make up that hill. We'll have to fit the line to the right just a little bit because we've just dug it out too much, and it is soggy as heck today. So let's check out the goodies inside.
All right, Brian's going to show us the goodies inside, and because this is a TRD Pro, there are a lot of them, or at least more so than in a normal Sequoia. So Brian, tell us all about those goodies, starting with, oh, look at those logos.
Oh,
nice.
starting with the start button. It's got the turd on it, which I love that. You got the new marker on your shifter as if that was going somewhere, but you've also got on the wheel like a Raptor. I'm really happy with that.
Good.
Looks good. And down here, obviously you get a digital cluster in here, and we do have drive modes for highway, but we also have multi-terrain select. So you toggle from drive mode to MTS. 2 high, that's not available. So we have to toggle our drive to 4 high. Now we can go to MTS. God, there's a sequence for everything. But once we do this, you've got auto, you've got dirt, sand, mud, and deep snow. But you also have crawl control, which is pretty neat. I like that. It's available in 4 high. So that's for your hill descent control and your basically off-road traction control. I'm sorry, cruise control. We do have a rear diff lock, which is a big deal, which is part of what you get on the TRD Pro. If you're serious about off-road, you want that. But because it's a Toyota, you have to be in 4 low for it to work. We hit the button, and it just beeps at us. And that's a little disheartening because its Ford brethren just lets you do it in 2 high, 4 high, or 4 low.
All that out of the way though, Brian, we're going to take this, like you said, we're going to take the hill, but we're going to have to, like you said, cheat a little bit to the right just because we've got ruts in the normal pass. We're going just that way. It's still the main line. I want to put that out. It's still the main line.
The line just moved, that's all.
And in fact, it's still pretty steeper than it was when we first started this test years ago. So, but what modes are we going to tackle it in?
We're going to do, like we always do, I'm going to do traction off. I'm going to leave it in 2 high, and I'm going to leave it in street normal mode. And this is really a test of the actual tire's traction and the soft grip. We're gonna have to get four-wheel drive to go any further, I promise you that.
All right, so Brian's right. We're definitely gonna have to, there's no way it makes it just two-wheel drive, I don't think, especially since you can't engage the locker. We've got this really muddy stuff you can see today. I mean, it's just squishy. It's making a lot of noise even as I walk. He's gonna immediately coat the tires and lose grip. That'll be interesting to see what he does just going through the slush right here. Already starting to spin. Now the rear tire's coated. We are already having to do something. What's going on here?
So it's on street mode, traction's off. I was not blipping throttle, my foot was consistent. That was it trying to already cut throttle.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna turn traction on, but instead of you coming back, that doesn't work. I want to go to the next step, which is 4 high, because we can't go to any off-road drive modes unless we're in 4 high.
All right, traction control on. Walking a little bit, but okay, we've gotten past the slushy stuff. But that tire is coated, but hopefully it evacuates the mud quick before we get to the next obstacle, because we're gonna need that. And this is our normal stopping spot, at least of late. So Brian, here we are. Kind of expected to get stopped here. This is the usual spot we get hung up.
That's fair. It did show that traction control made a difference there for sure.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
So
that's a good example of what it does for you.
Okay.
We're going 2 high to 4 high because I can't do anything other than that at this point. So I've got it in drive modes. I'm going to swap it over to MTS and 4 high. You know what we should do? Actually, we should do 4 high without any drive modes at all.
Agreed.
And traction off. There we go. Let's see what you got.
Okay, 4 high, no traction control. Let's see what we got. We got the front wheels helping us now. Probably get slippage here and there in a minute. Oh no, traction control is really, well, it's still kind of behind the scenes. Okay, so far, Brian, if we don't walk too much to the driver's side, we will have just enough clearance. So if you start walking too much to the left, we'll have to reset.
That's interesting.
You have just enough clearance right now.
I'm gonna go to MTS.
That was interesting. It got you pretty far without a lot of slippage.
Yeah, actually, they're really good to the point that it started lifting ground force.
Yeah.
These caddy corner tires like it always does. I've got it now into MTS, and the mode I'm going to select, it's an auto. But since we're going to a mode anyways, let's go to, I think, mud is appropriate.
Yep, that's what we got today.
We got really loose surfaces. Also, you'll notice when you go to MTS, you get the off-road page, which we didn't cover a minute ago. But this is great. So you've got the left front wheel and the right front wheel over here. You've got a good front diagram that shows you the red line. That's where it intends to hit at some point. So we've got to watch that hump right there. And then you can pick different primary angles, front and rear. You can actually look back. These are the back tires now. And then rear view. You also have your inclinometer, which I'm a big fan of this. It doesn't give us a number, but I guess I'm not that big of a fan of it. But I'm glad it's there. I'm glad to have it. Let's see what she does.
Okay. All right, no problem. It's fine. We're just gonna have to reset a little bit.
Okay.
And we're not trying to cheat here.
No, it's just it's so soft. We got to keep the nose where it has a chance. I'm gonna go to. I think we just need to go to 4 low because we can use the dip lock. That's where we're at. Traction management isn't doing anything.
I think you try MTS or the crawl control.
I don't trust it on the bump. I don't want to keep driving through.
Back up.
Okay. 4 high MTS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me back it up and we'll do the MTS.
Okay.
I'm not touching the gas or brake.
Control plenty of clearance. This is going to be a hard part to get over this. You're just kind of hung up here.
Okay, hang on. I'm moving it from low 2 to mid on speed.
Yeah, it's just kind of hung up on both.
Okay.
It's the fuel tank's grabbing over there. You good?
Okay, so what do you think, Craig? We're hung up on that, but crawl control got it really far.
It did.
So what do you think now?
So I think now we just need to change our angle a little bit because we're getting hung up a little bit on this massive
Side step?
yeah, just step here.
Okay. Is it that or is it the control arms in the rear? I can't tell.
It's the fuel tanks you're actually hanging up.
Oh, okay.
Because it hangs a little low.
It has a skid plate though, so
Yeah.
it's okay. I'm gonna put it on low 1.
Little passenger. Okay, there we go. Good. Okay.
Okay, so we have now for the second time today, Craig, been foiled up because of the moisture on the ground. It's just that soggy.
Yeah.
The hill bites again.
The hill bites again. Now we can't do the locker.
Okay, let's try the locker. If that doesn't work, we have to go to hybrid line. And then we're gonna go to mid on the crawl control. You've got low 2, low, I'm gonna show the people real quick. Here's what crawl control gives you in options. You've got low 2, low 1, mid, high, and high 2. Let's put it in mid and auto and see what you can do.
Okay,
with the rear diff lock.
Let's try it. Hit it.
It is.
Little driver, little driver.
Okay.
Stay driver. Just stay driver. Okay, yeah, it's not happening.
Man, really competent system. It's just a grip situation. That's what we're dealing
with. Yeah, it really
with.
is a grip situation.
Ah, bummer. I hate this when this happens. Okay, let's do hybrid line and let MTS do its thing. Not MTS, crawl control. Crawl control is really good.
It really is. It just runs into a mechanical grip situation. It just can't. I'm like, even front lockers here, I don't know what to do it.
It's right. It's a mechanical bite situation. And this tire is a lot better than the vehicle we just tested the same morning.
And you can tell.
And you can tell it's still not enough.
Not enough.
So again, if you're serious about off-roading this, you're probably going to have to get a real tire.
This is where the mud terrain crowd will come in and say that would probably get you, and it probably would, honestly.
If this is a KM3 in the same size, it'd probably walk right up.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay.
Darn it.
And you can see it's just gotten so deep here. So what happens is this transition from here to there is a big gap. That's probably about 3 feet in between my fingers there. It's just too big of a step. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hybrid a little bit, kind of cheat and get one wheel this way and only do a little bit of the main line.
You've got to be kidding me.
Well, Brian, what we've got here, as you can see from the tires are doing what they can do. It is just so super soft right now, Brian. And everything we get, anytime we get any movement or traction or momentum,
it just bogs.
It just
we're going into the earth.
Yep.
So I can feel I'm sitting here and going, we're just not going forward at all.
It's just not going anywhere.
Oh my gosh, this is so frustrating. All right, bypass line for 2 vehicles today. On any other dry day would have made it up.
Yeah, so to be fair, it's not really the vehicles, it's just the conditions and environment we're in. It's also the vehicles a little bit.
It's the vehicles in this environment, and let's be honest, these aren't hardcore off-roaders. This is a really hard hill. It's a testament to the hill's difficulty.
Absolutely.
All right, bypass line.
See ya. Well, at least you got that.
I feel better now.
Yeah, I feel better?
Yeah. Now, how's you gonna rub here or no?
Nah. No, you're good.
All right, piece of cake.
All right, real quick before I get to Brian, just show the viewers we didn't damage anything and the protection paid off here. And so just because it always sounds worse than it really is. You see just a control arm hit, then the actual skid plate on the fuel tank did what it's supposed to do. That's why it's there. And so in a way, a little bit of a fail, Brian, because we didn't get up there, but also a win because we had the protection to try to get up and no issues.
That's a good point. We have the confidence to really give it its all. We have so many vehicles where like, don't do it, back off, because we don't want to break things.
Right.
I still think this is a very credible package.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's do a comparison. The Expedition right there that we just went up the hill with does have more ground clearance. I wish this had more ground clearance too, but I like everything else.
Yeah, and that's one of those deals where, again, if we bumped it more, we could make it.
But
and if we had another inch in ground clearance in this, we would bump it and not worry about it.
Right.
So.
This thing's so low we had to crawl it. If we had a little more travel and height off the ground, we could bump it a little bit.
2 inch and 35s?
That's the move.
Well, thanks for watching. Sorry we disappointed you in not getting this up the hill. We tried our best. It could make it with different options, but it's just what it is. So.
And you're welcome, Toyota, for not pushing it hard enough to break it.
Be sure to stay tuned for more. We got more we're going to bring up here. Just because the hill's hard doesn't mean we'll stop. We'll keep coming and see what happens.
Watch your words. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.